A Minor Variation by Not Murphy. Chapter 10 For Want of a Battle, Part 1. How does one begin to describe an epic event? With an image? A town of some 10,000 souls, gingerbread-style wooden village houses, a central town hall in a circular shape like an overgrown gazebo? View, coming in from the sky, gleaming white and gold carrots drawn by winged horses in armor. But that isn't where it starts. This is where it starts. The stallion of white fled, and the history professor followed. Do you seen it? Come on, shining armor, she's gaining for us! Run for your life! And mine too. The little dragon was using a certain amount of hyperbole. Here, Spike Bell, you come back here this instant! I will not have you parading around with a dirty face! Got to come back here! She would have likely started using magic at this point, but she became mere interrupted when an immovable force of white and purple met an irresistible obstacle of yellow and pink.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I wasn't looking where I was going and you came out of nowhere. Oh my, you're all covered in mud. Here, let me help.
Help! You already covered me in more muck than is reasonable, thought the mud-covered unicorn. No matter, a simple cantrip and I will be... Her words were drowned out by a deluge of rain.
I better not make a habit of doing that every time there's a problem.
Fluttershy considered.
Are you...
Rarity, are you okay? We noticed you weren't... Stallion and Dragon took into sight of a sopping wet white unicorn and a contrite yellow Pegasus. Self-preservation was overwhelmed by the sheer ridiculousness of the scene, and they collapsed over each other, laughing helplessly. Rarity, for her part, started emitting a low growl.
I can fix this. Hold still, please.
Fluttershy began circling the unicorn at high speed, generating a funnel of wind force that all but sucked the moisture from the bewildered Rarity. You okay, Rarity? It's a good thing you keep your hair short or you'd look... Shining Armor struggled to remain composed. Look ridiculous. Spike was far too gone. It completed the thought. Yeah, more ridiculous. That was too much, and he fell back to the ground in laughter, tears coming to their eyes. Fluttershy even managed a few chuckles before composing herself.
I don't think I've ever seen you here before. Are you new?
What? No, my family used it pretty fit, though I suppose it has been 2 years since the last time I visited. Rarity's outrage collapsed under the lack of support in her own mind. Rachel, who are you? Time to regain some semblance of control here.
Oh, I'm Fluttershy. Nice to meet you, Miss...
Rarity. Rarity Bell of the Bell family. This is my assistant, he's Spike, and this, Centicrot, is Captain Shining Armor of Her Majesty's Royal Guard, and adjacent in charge of preparations for the princess's visit during the summer sun celebration. What do you do, dear?
I'm captain of the weather team.
Wait, you're Hurricane Fluttershy? Shining Armor had apparently recovered from his amusement, and also seemed to have excellent hearing, and a good memory for bureaucratic gossip. Duly noted, Rarity commented to herself. Now, back to business. Shining, isn't item 2 on your checklist? It's your clear skies. That is not what I see. Rarity gestured to the partly cloudy sky.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You see, this morning I had to help a friend, and then there was a fight I helped break up, and I crashed into, you. But I'll get right on.
Overhead, Pegasus raced from cloud to cloud, bugging into bits. The sky was clear in 2 minutes flat.
Ready a few accommodations.
Well, you certainly run a well-disciplined team, Captain Hurricane. Shining Armor complimented the Pegasus.
Please call me Fluttershy, okay? I never wanted a nickname, and I don't discipline my ponies. I just let them know what they're doing well and talk with them when they're having trouble. We don't have many problems anymore.
No pony chose to challenge that last part. My time, at least, is valuable. I've got to assess the situation on the ground here, although the girl does look like she has talent. Best not to alienate her. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you, Weather Captain Fluttershy.
But as I'm excellent organizer, such as yourself can tell, we are desperate to run through the items on our checklist. So if you excuse us, ha ha ha.
Rarity began gently nudging the stallion along the road towards Sweet Alabama Acres, alternately placing her ward onto her back. This time she was prepared. So when the blonde reserve pony barreled down the path, Rarity leapt to the side with a triumphant shout. The earth pony was not impressed and continued running. Rarity? She looks kind of upset. Shouldn't we try to help her? Spike asked.
Oh, my little Heath, so caring of others' feelings. I hope the world never grinds that out of you. Spiky, we have to respect her right to privacy. She obviously wants to be alone right now.
Twilight! Shining Armor's mind raced from shock to surprise to remembering where his little sister had first gone on a mission and eventually found a new home. A fact he was embarrassed to have forgotten, even temporarily. He then took in her posture, half covered in mud, struggling to rise from shock, bruised and ashamed. What's going on here? Anger and outrage were wrestling with duty and decorum, and the D's were losing.
BBBFF, where are you? Oh yeah, I have my own siblings and family. Heroes being so petty when...
Twilight burst into tears all over again. Red. A wall of red was blocking Shining Armor's vision. At first, he panicked that rays made him go blind. The fact that he was able to consider this possibility made him fairly sure it wasn't the case. So he backed up enough to see that it was in fact a larger stallion standing in front of him. Was put Big Red between him and Twilight. Which was a mistake in Shining's opinion. You! Move! Now! Not asking again. Look, Captain. Big Mac guessed at the unicorn's rank from his armor. This here's a mess of a situation, and we all need to remain calm. The sound Mac's jaw made when Shining Armor kicked him was crystal clear for yards into sudden silence. Macintosh held up a hoof to forestall any eager family assistance. The red stallion looked down at the upset unicorn, making its connection with Twilight's description of her big brother best friend forever. You get one free shot. Do that again, and we have issues. Rarity mentally face-huffed, after making sure she had full traction of the captain.
Siblings! Of course I forgot to research that one important. Why the buck is his little sister living here? Captain Armor, please calm down. There will be a salvation solution to this, I assure you. But first, we must find the truth. Shining, this is all my fault. Please don't do anything to the apples. I'm the one who got into a fight with Applejack when I had no business being jealous of her to begin with. Siblings are... No pony stopped when the two unicorns from hugging and crying this time. So, Macintosh, isn't it?
Yup, Professor Braille.
Yeah, that's correct. Assistant Professor, though. No point in putting the horse before the cart, though. Ha 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 ha! I think we need to leave the Sparkers alone for a while, don't you?
Yup.
We... Captain Armor is actually here to tally the food preparations for the celebration tomorrow. I propose we save a little of every pony's time, and you just tell me if you feel the apples are still able to meet the demand.
Yup.
Well, is it he efficient? I can tell that it was a yes from both parts of my question. Then I shall take up no more of your time. A pleasure. Wait, perhaps I can go Pop's personal ghost as well. Oh, do excuse me, Mr. Macintosh. But don't you have a little sister? A little sister?
No pony spoke as they returned to the center of town to examine Town Hall. They entered the building and still no pony spoke. Although, for definite reasons now.
Excellent use of color. The tablets complement the long timbers of these supports, and the myriad of hues and patterns bring to mind the various colors and shapes and marks of the ponies themselves. Impressive. I must meet the pony responsible for this display.
Wish no more than thought. It was granted. A blue pony picked up the last length of cloth and tied it in a bow around a central beam support, using a curious technique that involved both her forehooves and wings. Okay, wow. Rarity, I think we can check decorations off the list now, Shining said, keeping his voice down to not interrupt anything. Oh, hey guys, sup? Give me a minute here. Here! What? Where? Spike cried, sensing the alarm, but not the context. There! The Star Pegasus cried. already barreling along into the unicorn.
Oh, for crying out loud! Did I really forget to fix my hair after that whole Polly typhoon incident? I've been walking all over town looking like a fool. Further frustration was interrupted as the Pegasus scooped Rarity up and settled her into the blue back of her abductor. What? This is ridiculous! Unhoof me at once! That hair is ridiculous! You're not bringing it within 100 yards of a party I'm helping with, so there's no help for it but for me to give you a makeover! Huh. Even if it makes me sick of thinking of doing it, Rainbow Dash thought to herself. Rarity saw a version of herself in a tight dress with a built-in corset. A top hat draped jauntily in her head. Bits of clockwork streaming around the perimeter. No fun genre. Another blue and whirl. This time, dressed in khaki pants and overshirt, cotton undershirt, and a safari helmet and orange ascot. Too early, sir. She was getting dizzy. Outfits were applied and disappeared like magic. Which was when she remembered she had that particular talent covered, and used telekinesis to break free. She was wearing day-glow leg warmers, black hot pants, and a green mesh top. Her sensitively short hair had been spiked out all over. Along with head shaking, some vigorous magic brought her back to natural state. Maybe I got a little too carried away, Rainbow allowed. The front door crashed open as Stallion and Dragon Rider made a dramatic entrance, Spike wielding a broom like a lance. The Stallion looked at the scene and froze, almost. You! Signing Heidi! Oh man, this is just too perfect. Didn't think I'm a fan of Prissy, but not my business, I guess. How's it going? Rarity was not the only student of the Mystic Arts, and Shining Armor proved by turning a rescue operation into the Great Escape, by grabbing the other unicorn in a telekinetic bubble and taking her with Toad. Trust me, we need to get away from here as fast as possible! Armor shouted to his companions, already outside the building and fleeing town. Miles from the town, the Dragon and Unicorn had managed to ease the night into a more relaxed state. I'm sorry for freaking out back there, Rarity, but that mare is nothing but trouble. I know, Shining. I mean, think about what if you had to watch over her for a few years when she became Celestia's student. Hey, no, I know. No rainbows or royalty jokes. Yes, you keep making those, and the audience is going to expect you to do a reading of that fic. I know. But then that type of thing would happen in April or May, wouldn't it? Rarity considered Shining's reddened cheeks. File that plus away for further study. Right now, I've got the last few items on this list checked off. The day is more than half wasted already. Well, in any case, we have one last major item on the list, the musical accompaniment. You seem to have inadvertently led us to the right place. That hut is up ahead. Rarity was moving under her own power again, and so she had Spike planted safely on her back. Therefore, the two unicorns beheld the pink pony before Spike did. She was an earth pony, somewhat subdued of expression. Shoulder-length mane, pink, with a slight curl at the ends, covering half her face. What was visible of her was startled by an intrusion on introspection. A flock of birds took flight, as if in sympathy with her surprise. The pink pony snapped her head around to watch them fly away, then flip about to face the interlopers, an expression somewhere between mild irritation and hesitant hospitality. I had not expected visitors at this hour. I'm Diane Pye. Who am I greeting, please? Verity began, before being gently pressed aside. I'm Captain Shining Armor of the Royal... Shining Armor? Do you have a sister about this tall, purple, slightly too fond of research? Yeah, wow. You sound like you know. Wait, are you two friends? Yeah, it wouldn't be an inaccurate description. Wow, that's great. I kind of thought she was making you up. Go ahead. Make a peachy culture joke. Trixie dares you. Trixie Triple Dog dares you. Verity didn't bother to disguise her face off. Of all the... I know Pony feels a close to the community, but this is possibly inbred. But it's wonderful that introductions I'll throw with, and... They are not. I apologize for not giving you to introduce yourself and your guest. Diane narrowed her eyes looking at Rarity, almost through her. Of course, I am Rarity Bell.
One of my other hats, besides recorder to adjusted armor here, is assistant history professor of Catalan Central University. And I think you were referring to my son. He spiked just now. If the pink pony was taken aback, she covered it well. Spike was not so skilled at schooling his reactions. He gaped in awe at the pink pony. Perfection presented before him. One could imagine cartoon hearts popping up all around him. Pink, of course. She's beautiful. While Shining Armor looked at the trees nonchalantly, the two mares backed from each other in shock. Oh no, this is not happening! My little Spiky Wacky isn't supposed to find another member of his own species for at least another 2 decades if I have any say in the matter! Randy paused to consider the matter, nodding once sharply. What I do, of course, Mother knows best. Simply time to nip this. I couldn't ever return your feelings. It may sound painful to you now, but allowing your misconception to fester only becomes a burden to all of us. Oh, you witch! How dare you stomp on my little Heathie's heart like that? And just what exactly makes you think Heath Spike isn't good enough for you? I'll have you know that this is the most lovable little dragon to have ever existed. Oh dear, I reflect the mother's wrath. This will be intricate. Diane considered her options. Perhaps I did speak too quickly. There, Heath Spike. What say you? I'm cool. The dragon struggled not to cry. Why are matters of the heart always hardest to mend? Perhaps a bond of friendship could salve your wounded heart. I'm not a bad pony, although I may be more fond of direct resolution than May care for. I'm watching you, sister. Well, that's better than spitting on him, I suppose. Reddy growled. The pink pony shrank back slightly. Spike jumped down, giving Rarity a glare as he passed. Look, this is all my fault. Flush managed to force its way past Dragon Scales. Look, I think you're pretty. Can we just get past all that, please? Mom? Diane turned away from the rest of the group and seemed to be trying to coax the birds to return to their previous perches on a nearby tree. Oh, I'm sorry, my little Spiky Wacky. You're just growing up so fast. I want you to get me when you become a big, strong, powerful dragon like I know you will. Rarity, quit it! You're embarrassing me. Okay, if he's back to calling me by name, I guess he's recovered, as he's going to be at this point. Ahem. Yes, well, I retrieved most of my flock. Captain, I assume you are about the preparations, yes? Would you three perhaps care for a preview of tomorrow's performance? No pony mentioned that her face was still fading back to its normal state of pink. Shining Armor decided this was a safe place to re-enter the conversation. I don't think that would be necessary. I'm sure any performance you put on couldn't help but be entertaining. Oops, no it wasn't. Rarity snagged her two companions and began dragging them away. It was quite educational meeting you, dear. Rest assured, we will speak again. I'm sure of that. Why was it that I wanted to meet more ponies again? Diane grumbled to herself as she sought to center herself before addressing the birds again. Despite herself, she was smiling. Wasn't it just so very kind of the mayor to let us use the town library as our base of operations like that? Don't you think? Rarity was quite proud, and it only took a few gentle suggestions to convince the mayor to switch their assigned lodging. Yeah. Hooray! More books, Spike groused. Spike, we are here on important business. Business that will be resolved all the quicker if we had access to historical documents and writing materials. Oh, I don't think we have time to go see Sweetie Belle and your grandparents before I start on this. I'm sorry, Spike. Well, at least you two will have another... Whatever else Rarity was about to say was interrupted by her entrance to the library. Or rather, the crowd of ponies piled inside. The foot on the lights and shouted, "Surprise!" loudly. Spike slipped off and started to mingle before Rarity could tell him not to. She didn't know where these ponies had been. So, welcome to Ponyville. Welcome back to Ponyville, I guess. That lackluster speech was given by a suspiciously familiar-looking orange pony who looked as though she had recently washed her face. While trying to form a response, Rarity was denied her other backup, when Twilight Sparkle stuck in from the side and half dragged her brother away to talk. This Well, unexpected, to say the least. I do come back here on occasion. I don't know why everybody seems so surprised to see me.
Well, you're kind of a celebrity from what I gather. The girl will make good,
And there he blushed.
Say, what exactly brings you back to town? Kind of thing is different from my reason.
Ben, why don't you tell me about your reason, and we can come in.
Hold on there, Sugar Cube. I've already had my abundance of welcome home power. Besides,
Eeyore's pony made a quick sidestep as a white and two-toned purple missile struck Rarity midships. Sweetie Belle, what are you? Oh, right. It would be much of a welcome home party without. She continued to hug her little sister as horror struck her. She picked her little sister up and looked into her eye. Sweetie, where's father? Over there by the punch.
ow! Oh, ow! That was too tender.
My heart. Smaller unicorn squealed in delight as her older sister rescued across the ponies to refer to disaster she knew was in progress. Heavy tone, you step away from that punch bowl immediately.
Okay. Oh, that Rare Bear. Here's my little all grown up smarty smack dude.
The poorly hidden bottle by the edge of the table was empty. Oh dear, and there's Mary Punch next in line. Any further attempts at damage control were subverted when her father picked her up in a bear hug he called affection. She made one last futile wave with her hoof, already knowing it was too late. It was quite a party. It was just that Rarity felt like it might have doomed the world. And it wasn't that good of a party, although it was precious watching the green Pegasus to try to teach Lyra the song of our people. So it's alright for drinking too much punch. But I do pity Bon Bon the next few hours of her life. Rarity complimented the situation. Maybe Nightmare Moon is a kind, reasonable monster out of history who had to be locked away in the moon. I wouldn't bet that. She snorted at her own attempt at optimism, dabbing her face with a washcloth. She looked aimlessly out the window. She had a prominent view of the full moon. She reached over to the basket, where her adopted son slept peacefully. Of course, father thought it would be fun for him to have a sip of punch. Ooh! Sometimes he just... She smiled, because it was better than crying, and really, only those you let into your heart can truly frustrate you to wit's end. Wakey, wakey, my little dragon. If we're to attend the end of days, we have to at least do it standing up.
Chapter 11. For Want of a Battle. Part 2.
Shining Armor considered the situation.
Oh, Mare, we are so screwed.
Assessment over. He looked up in disbelief, as not only was the princess not here, but Inky Blue's spoke, with twinkles in it, had enveloped the balcony, where her master was supposed to be.
Oh, it's forming into a pitch-black armadillicorn. With dragon eyes? Sure, why not?
Oh, Mare, that laugh has crazy written all over it.
There was Rainbow Trouble,
just watching and taking everything in. She was holding Hurricane back?
The buck?
Of course his sister thought this was a great time to continue her inexplicable feud with the apples, by feeding apples to Orange Jack or whoever. Rarity was, as ever, talking.
Although, under the circumstances,
that reassured him somehow.
Caesar! Shouted the mayor. Well, Mayor, nice job continuing your winning streak of being in almost every single alternate reality fic I've done so far.
Thank you so much. I try.
What? This is obviously a near godlike being, and you want to arrest... Oh, ouch. They're going to feel that in the morning when they... Oh, right. No mornings anymore.
The fact that he wasn't feeling more panic concerned Shining Armor.
Oh, horse apples. She's doing the clown thing again. I've got to...
Twilight stopped trying to keep the mares around her, forgetting their full pulley cells killed. Especially Miss Apples and Oranges, to stare in horror, as her brother tried to cast a containment spell on the goddess of the night. The way Nightmare casually struck him down with a fourth lightning bolt was the worst part. No, the way he looked so hopeless, like he knew it would happen, was the worst. No, the boneless way he fought over was... No, not the worst part.
They must die!
She roared. By the time she coached life back into the dead timber of the meeting hall, the horrible thing had fled, like the cowardly brother-hurting monster she was. Diane concentrated on the task in front of her.
Pulse is regular, no obvious signs of burn, meaning it was more matching the weather. Rest will be the best cure for him. When is Twilight? Oh, I didn't know she could do that. That's going to cost her, I bet.
The three fillies huddled under the table, were none the worse for harm, and could provide each other comfort until their parents were able to calm themselves and retrieve the children. Now to see who was still competent enough to help sort this out. Jackie struggled to spit the darn apple out, making a quick apology to her parents for wasting a perfectly good apple. Wait, her parents? Mr. and Mrs. Apple? You two are alive? All right! But really, it was stupid. Hey, isn't that fella her brother? If some pony did that to Makachasa! She sent it from one scowl to another, as she reached out and placed a hoof firmly on the purple unicorn's shoulder, knowing the glow that was dying off her Twilight's eyes. Hey, I don't think we got some flying to kick. Of course she apologized immediately, but Mare, old Fluttershy would never have had the nerve to off and kick somebody. It's almost worth getting hit. Ow! Not really. She subconsciously put a hoof to her jaw as her grin widened. Did I really say nothing ever happened in this sleepy little town? May Celestia herself strike me down for lying. Oh, yeah, we gotta rescue her so she can. This is what I call a party.
Oh, I must have hit her really hard as I didn't mean to hit her in the first place. She's doing that thing where she stares off into space again.
Unfortunately, there wasn't anything she could do for Rainbow. Maybe she could end the entire problem if she could catch the monster now. She left the flight and raced outdoors to find that she couldn't see any sign of the evil cloud. Although, she did see a bright white unicorn running down toward the town library.
Interesting. What do you know that the rest of us don't?
Ahem. Yes, Nightmare Moon? I would just like to say we're forgetting something. Alright, hon. You want to say it? Yes. I feel like going through an alternate reality without me saying my line at least once is an insult to my dignity. Be my guest, Nightmare Moon. And the night shall last forever! Remember this day well, my little ponies, for it shall be your last. Feel better? Yes, I do. Spike, bed, books. I need lots and lots of books. The answer has to be here somewhere. Where did I put that copy of... The front doors burst open as the crashing hurricane-sized pony flew in and landed right in front of her.
What do you know about that thing? You know her name. Are you a spy?
The Pegasus quizzed her. What? How could I be? No!
Oh, darn.
Wait, what?
When I saw you traveling around town today with Celestia's organizer stallion, I thought maybe you were some kind of tax assessor or something. But when you seemed to know what was going on in the celebration, I thought maybe there was some special task force Celestia had organized to fight off the big mean monsters.
We should be so lucky. No, I am a researcher. While researching other things, I came across some very disturbing predictions that simply stopped being discussed in text some 700 years ago. The sum result of what I've been able to piece together is the existence of a second Anacorn, whose power is diametrically opposed to Celestia's. Well, heck, that sounds serious. Can you give us all the short version? Elzak drawled, as the other three ponies filed in. Twilight and Jackie carried shining armor, as Diane made sure he didn't fall from his precarious purse. If I must, I suppose a quick summary might help me compose my thoughts. Here goes. Nightmare Moon used to be tasked with bringing on the night, so Celestia could do more during the day. But the Moon Mare became jealous that every pony preferred the daytime to run and play and generally be awake. Nightmare felt since he was being slighted, since ponies did nothing but sleep during the night. Why did the Mad Blue Pegasus have her hoof raised? That's not the only thing ponies do at night. Or, so I've heard. Well, dear, when we track Nightmare Moon down again, perhaps you could ask her. Oh, question! So, was she actually trapped in the moon, like, disembodied, or was she trapped out of the moon as, like, maybe a cute, adorable filly? Moonstock reference! Woot! Yeah! Jackie asked. What? First of all, what difference does that make? And secondly, who would ever do the second? That's the singing equine. Verity's tolerance for nonsense was running out.
You're getting distracted. Goals, weaknesses, and strengths we can anticipate.
Diane tried to steer the conversation back to the useful.
I was getting to that.
I'm okay. But you can expect shape-shifting, obviously from her last performance. She seems to be able to summon bolts of force, although we've only seen her use them at medium range. She fended off another question for Rainbow to ask.
By which I mean between 15 and 50 strides, give or take, although I wouldn't bet your life on it.
The academic began to pace, finding her stride.
Celestia can be wounded, so if it comes to it, so can probably the Nightmare. Her goal is as simple as it's insane. She wants to have an eternal night. Within weeks, we will fall into a winter that will essentially recreate the crisis of Heartwarming Eve patterns. But without the touchy-feely solution at the end. Winter codes can be balanced. Thermodynamics is not nearly so forgiving. So short version, if we don't stop her now, there is no stopping her. And if she bleeds, we can kill her. That right?
Verity nodded grudgingly at Rainbow Dash.
Okay, let's show this prehistoric dag how we do things in this town!
And if she doesn't bleed? Twilight asked, her tone icily quiet. She turned to Rarity. She was beaten once before, right? What did they use then?
The Elements of Harmony, a powerful artifact of pony kind that hasn't been seen since. I came here looking for a reference to that. Elements of Harmony, a reference guide.
Diane read from the spine of an age book.
How did you... Oh, alphabetic sorting. Right. Thank you. That was very helpful of you. Now, reading. Actually, I've been reading the name on every binding since you finally decided to tell us something useful, but your explanation is obviously more acceptable.
One recap filled 15-minute summary later.
Hey! Don't break the fourth wall! That's my job!
The 6 ponies found themselves on the edge of
the Everfree Forest?
They all said in hushed tones. Yes, the Everfree Forest. Home to 100 legends and ghost pony stories. Land where plants grew without supervision. Animals fed themselves and on each other. The weather simply happened all by itself.
Right. I'll scale out the temple bait and castle thing and be back.
Firefly found herself held by her tail for the second time that night.
Is this going to be a continuing thing? Because, I could just lift you up in the air and fly with you hanging there. I can do that.
Let's try to get your attention. Don't split the party! Oh, for the love of... Is this another one of those we all reinforce the weaknesses we each have speeches? That's horse pucky!
Rainbow ranted.
Why, yes, Rainbow Dash. This is one of those we are far strong as a team conversations. What? Are you afraid to trust somebody else to catch you?
Brrr, those twin-toed gas. Rarity found herself unable to continue under the glare of both Pegasi.
Vertically speaking, flying above the tree level will leave you open to any traps hidden below the tree cover. Our pony could see you coming in from a great distance, and without any companions, no pony would know if anything happened to you. I, for one, do not approve of throwing away the life of a pony in such a manner.
Diane glanced around her, uncomfortable with all the attention she was receiving.
What? It's true.
Nearly a minute went by without any pony saying anything. Twilight was first to speak. I've been thinking, and while I'm really angry, revenge isn't a good reason to do this. I want to take care of this problem, because there won't be a world if this goes on. I'm going. What about the rest of you? She put her hoof out towards them. A blue hoof gripped purple.
I'm in. I owe too many ponies too much to walk away from this.
Firesight joined the group.
If I can do anything to help, I've got you. For every pony.
The only sensible solution is to solve this dilemma before lasting damage is done.
A pink hoof joined.
I'll see the fair portion of this world, and even if it weren't saving for itself or my family, what fun is there in a big old barrel of ass, I ask you?
Jackie pitched in.
Can't we please go defeat the monster now? I have ponies I care for, and ones I want to squash, but if any of them dies, that all ends.
Rarity didn't realize the trap until she was hoof met transformed into a group hug.
Just be patient. I'll just stop moving eventually.
Rarity slipped to the ground.
Hey, come on, Marshmallow! You're slowing us down!
Jackie teased, stepping out to host strike distance and laughing as the group entered the forbidding forest to death with light hearts and a steely determination.